Alright guys, welcome back to another reaction video. My name is James.
Ninetailedbrush.
And today we're going to be watching the season finale of Haikyuu, Season 1, Episode 25. Welcome to the new anime channel for any of you guys who are new here. I'm just finished crying from the last episode while I ate my food, just like them. It was a really good episode. Like, it stinks that they lost, but that was just an incredible episode. Obviously, they lost to Abajisai. I have no idea what's going to happen in this episode. I don't know if you remember, honestly, what happens. But I'm like, why is there another episode? So I'm kind of curious. I don't know if it's going to be more character-based or not. I'm very curious. We were talking a little off-camera where you were saying that there's a chance that a lot of the third years, a great chance, a lot of the third years aren't going to play again.
There's a chance. I mean, like...
So I kind of want to see if we deal with that. Like, it's not a necessity, but normally that's what happens.
Yeah, that's normally what happens.
So I'm curious if we're going to deal with maybe a little bit of that this episode. I'm not really sure. But I kind of want to just get into it. As always, full-length reaction up on our Patreon. Next week's reaction, which is going to be Demon Slayer. I know, I promise you we're coming back to Haikyuu, but we want to do Demon Slayer Season 2 because that's kind of how we started our anime watching, and I just love it. So we're going to do Demon Slayer Season 2, and then we're going to come back to Haikyuu. Don't worry. But that's up for early access on Patreon if you're a fan of both and you guys want to go ahead and check that out. It does really support us and help us keep doing what we're doing. But either way, thank you for joining us. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. The free link to the actual reaction is going to be in the description to avoid all the crazy copyright stuff. And then you guys can come back here to hear our thoughts, theories, and reviews. Let's just get into Haikyuu episode 25. Let's go. I really like that episode. Oh my gosh, this show, dude. This show does non-volleyball better than most shows. Like, really, like, everything about this episode, the music, just, like, showing everybody sitting and actually having it be, like, these serious considerations as to whether you should play for your third year and, like, really being like, look, like, this is not a joke.
Yeah, it's like, you know, it's like how much, I mean, it shows, like, how much they actually care for it, right? You know, and I feel like it's that sort of, like, reaffirmance or, like, that, you know, confirming for yourself that, hey, this is something that we all want to do.
Yeah, and I talked about it last episode, and I think I didn't have my finger quite on it, where I was saying, like, oh, it's cool how passionate Cansino is. And I think it is that, but I think it, like, you see exactly what it is in this episode, which is, like, the resilience of it. Like, they all care so much that there doesn't have to be a coach, there doesn't have to be, you know, perfect setup for it. You could be working through your third year and have, like, everything about it can be difficult, but it's like, dude, we love volleyball. We all get along. Like, we love this team, and we're gonna play, and it does not matter, and that's awesome.
Oh,
like, that's so cool. Yeah, that was just a perfect. That was a perfect end to the season, I think.
Yeah, it felt like a very good. It's like a cool down sort of episode, but also like a setup for next season kind of thing, you know?
Yeah, I liked it though, because I also feel like the temptation would be they lose and that's how you end the season. And it's like, I like that they let us see them dealing with losing.
Yeah.
And that's so cool about this show in general, dealing with real life issues like that, where it's like, no, we're going to focus on them and how they need to figure out getting over losing. And it's, I think, definitely different than Western. It may be even the reason why I might enjoy all, like, Japanese sports anime or just Haikyuu. I don't know, but it's definitely different than, like, anything Western in sports I've seen. Because whether they win or lose, it ends there. Because the point of it is winning or losing. Whereas it's not that. Like, it goes back to what the teacher was saying, where it's like, it's about seeing how you react when you win or lose.
Mm-hmm.
And that is what really matters. And I just like that the show focuses on things like that. Because I also think then it's kind of cool, like, in the real world, because, like, I feel like that actually kind of applies to sports and other things, as opposed to kind of just being like, oh, and then he jumped in the air and did a triple flip kick, and that's how he won the sports game. And that's never going to happen in real life, ever. Like, I really like that. It's what I like to think about the show, I guess, is a little bit of an overall thing, like, about Haikyuu in general, is that it is so grounded, and it deals with, like, kind of almost realistic issues in life and in sports. And, yeah, it's just, and it's really well done.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think this was a solid episode. Like, I didn't remember any of it, to be honest. Actually, I don't even know if I even watched this episode, but it was really good. I think it really sort of like complements the overall season and kind of like, it's like that whole like understanding yourself, because like, sometimes like you got school, you got a life, volleyball isn't everything all the time, and so like you got to kind of,
you don't want to be emotional about it.
Yeah, you want to be like, okay, like all caught up in the situation, all hype, and then all of a sudden it's like, wait, I just screwed up my exams or whatever, now I can't get into college.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
I like that they kind of like cover that, and it's like we're kind of figuring out like, hey, just how important.
And I think we are going to see how they deal with that
as
well. I don't think that's done. I'm sure that's going to be a thing, and I want to see how they do that.
Yeah, I agree. But it was good. It was a good. Like,
this was a great first season. This was just so great, and there wasn't even like with other animes you watch, you'd be like, oh, like Demon Slayer, for example. It's like, oh, I really like this arc, but there's like kind of a boring arc in the middle, and then it was back to the cool stuff. Like, just straight through the whole season, it was so good. Like every episode, I think, even the down episodes, the episodes where it wasn't a match, like all of the episodes were really good, and I think that's such a difficult thing to do.
Yeah, I feel like that is one thing that Haikyuu does super well, and this is not to hate on any other anime. Like, I love all anime, like a ton, but I think Haikyuu does especially well with being able to have each episode be very interesting, you know, and have their own, like, I don't know, mini stories or whatnot, like that keep it like solid, and it's like consistent throughout the entire season. Whereas other anime might be like, okay, there are certain parts of it that are a lot more, I don't know, should I say, like, not as interesting or whatnot, right?
No,
and
yeah.
then you will have those big moments. But here it's like, I can basically recommend every single episode and be like, nah, each episode was awesome.
No, I would see it on YouTube, like with the views too. Like other anime, you watch it and it's like one episode has like triple the views of all the other episodes. Whereas Haikyuu is just like across the board, because it's like, it's just good across the board. There's no particular like crazy episode.
I mean, it's like, you can't miss a single episode without missing a very important, like moment.
Yeah. So I really enjoyed the show. Like I said before, we are going to be taking a little bit of a hiatus. We're watching Demon Slayer Season 2 because it's coming out right now. We're actually a little bit behind on that. And then we are going to be coming back to Haikyuu. But there's lots of anime potential for this channel. We got the final season of Attack on Titan coming out in January.
Oh, yeah.
We have the Jujutsu Kaisen movie coming out. I'm going to be finishing up that show on this channel. So there's a lot of stuff. Like I said before, really the future of this channel is completely in your hands. Like, if you guys are really loving anime content, I would be down to double that and take a movie off. Like, these are 20-minute episodes. We could really make it happen. It's kind of up to you. We have some lists of shows we want to do. We have a lot of cool stuff that we're interested in. I have not seen so much anime. So there's a lot of potential. It's really up to you guys. Let us know what you want. Give these videos some love. Hopefully, Haikyuu fans, you stick around. And as always, full-length reactions up on our Patreon of this episode. And next week's reaction, like I said, Demon Slayer, episode 1 of the Entertainment District arc. We already saw the movie, so we're skipping the first 7. That like kind of recaps the movie with some extra footage. We are starting with episode 8. So episode 8 of Demon Slayer is going to be up on our Patreon for you guys to go ahead and check out. And either way, thank you for joining us. Thank you for watching here on YouTube. If you're new here, welcome. Welcome to the anime channel. Hopefully you stick around. And if you do, we will see you all in the next video.